Greetings everybody, and welcome to Tokyo. Right here on my right is Tsukiji Market, which is completely gone now except for the docks that are right there. That's kind of a skeleton of the old fish market. And then right in front of your screen right now is the Kachidoki Bridge, a very historic bridge in the city of Tokyo and under construction, as you can clearly see. Because of the 2020 Olympics, I'm sure they're trying to beautify it as they are with all of the bridges. And we're going to be this way, checking out the Kachidoki neighborhood, which is a new island. Lots of history, not really, but I will bring you as much of it as I can. Hey, you doing everybody? I'm John Daub. This is the Only Japan Go channel. Do subscribe so you get the notifications to watch this live, because it's a lot more fun when it's live. And we'll bring you some exciting stuff with the city of Tokyo. It's getting more exciting with the Olympics coming, everybody. That is the Samidagawa River that you see in front of us. And the space boat just went by, so those who like the space boat or the Suijo bus just missed it. It's on its way to Odaiba. It's a peaceful place. That's Tokyo Tower. You see it just up there on the top, over the building. 333 meters, I believe. And this here is the only drawbridge in Tokyo on the Sumida River. The drawbridge. Hey Mike, how you doing? From Latvia. It's nice to see. This is a live stream, everybody. The iPhone 11 Pro. Now this drawbridge was built in the 1940s, and it connected this island of Kachidoki with the mainland, which is Tsukiji and Ginza. You can check this way. In the center of it, which you can't see because of the construction, you have to go on a bicycle. And bicycles should go on the road, hugging the shoulder and not on the sidewalk, just so you know. There are laws, but very few people follow it, including the police. Sometimes they don't hug the curb. In the middle of it is a drawbridge. There's a metal guard in the middle of it. It would take 70 seconds to open, I was told, but 20 minutes for the boats to cross through it. The last time that this bridge opened up was in the 1970s. The reason why is because a lot of the highway traffic into the island they didn't need to open the drawbridge anymore. So things could get around by car a lot easier because the infrastructure in Japan was so much better than it was in the 1940s after World War II. By 1970, this drawbridge was finished, and now it's just kind of a bridge. But it's still a pretty bridge and a historic bridge. They built this in the 40s to celebrate the victory of the Japan-Russian War. And it's still here today. I don't know if a lot of people know why they built it, but it was the only way to get on here. Before, the only way to get onto Kachidoki Island was by boat. You'd have to take a ferry across, and Tsukuda Island, which is the original rock, is still over there, and there's a lot of high-rise buildings. But before they built Tsukishima and Kachidoki, by the way, there's a map in the description if you want to find out what I'm talking about. This island was just settling land. Now Kachidoki, I'm going to point forward. Kachidoki was, they started building this back in the Meiji era, which started in 1868 and went on until 1912, and then the Taisho era from 1912 to 1926. And they finished it in the Taisho era. And there really wasn't a lot of stuff here, but before World War II, some factories and warehouses came into this area because it was still kind of soft land, but it was wide and open enough where you could do business factories. It's right off of the water, so lots of shipping, lots of warehouses were here. And then gradually, this place became this. High-rise mansion towers that are surrounding us all over the place. It's a really nice location to live in. If you do live in Kachidoki and this is your address, it's a really nice place because it's so close to Ginza. Just walk across this bridge for 15-20 minutes, you're in the center of Ginza, which is incredible. And if you keep on going straight from there, you're in Yurakucho and you eventually get to the Imperial Palace. It's like a 10-minute bicycle ride. It's crazy close. So living here is great. And over the last 10 years, a lot of families have moved in here. So you'll see a lot of strollers, a lot of mothers, a lot of young families here. Lots of schools have opened up this area. This neighborhood, which was once just warehouses, has turned into a really thriving neighborhood in Tokyo. You see a lot of trucks coming through here. Tsukiji Market closed this direction across the bridge, and this way you can get to Toyosu Fish Market, which is the new Tsukiji Market, you know, in Toyosu. And you can get there through here. So you see a lot of trucks and a lot of industry going through here. This way is a secret bakery. I'm not gonna take you there, but if you walk for about 200 meters, you're gonna get to one of my favorite bakeries, and I'll ride my bicycle to get some bread some mornings, so you might find me there like 9 a.m. doing a bread run. Something's going on up there. Hey, Benavale, food and drink fun, thank you. I hope you find something good around there. I'm gonna look for something. We'll definitely hit a convenience store or a vending machine. Here comes a fire engine going through. They're usually followed by more fire engines. Tokyo Fire Department crossing the Kachidoki Bridge. It's good excitement. Hope everybody's okay wherever that's going. Yeah. And John M is in the house. Hey, John. Thank you so much. So join me for the next 30 minutes, probably an hour, as we walk from here to the new shopping mall, and then possibly a little bit further. Kachidoki is where you're gonna find the subway station closest to the Olympic Village as well. And I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to it. There's a police box right there, so if you ever get lost and you need directions, you can just stop in there. They have a map, and the police officers, they might not speak that much English, but they will help you get to where you want to go. Police officers' jobs and duties in Japan is to, one of them, help tourists find their destination. In like most countries, police officers would, I don't know, you wouldn't go to a police officer for information on if you get lost so much, because they're usually busy. But in Japan, maybe because crime is not as high or crooks get caught, they're happy to help out tourists. All right, this right here now, we're on top of Kachidoki Station. Kachidoki Station is on the Oedo line, which is the Tokyo's purple and not lavender. I think it's like the purple line. And there's two circle lines in the city of Tokyo. One of them is the Yamanote line, which is run by Japan Rail. The second one is the Oedo line, and that's on the subway line, the Toei subway line. There's two subway lines. The other one is Metro, and you can't use a Metro pass on Toei and a Toei pass on Metro unless you buy the dual pass, which allows you both. So, some information. We'll do another live stream on that later. There's also a lot of hospitals here, so there's a lot of ambulances. I don't know. I guess the people before they moved in, some of them might not have known. It can get a little loud. There's a lot of trucks, a lot of ambulances going to the hospitals. But Kachidoki Station comes out right about here. You can see across the street, Kachidoki Station. And there's some history on the naming of Kachidoki. It has hiragana in it, which is unusual, right? Kachidoki. That's because the kanji for Kachidoki, the second one, doki, is not something that's used very often. Maybe it's a new land. It just made sense to put it in katakana. And I got that information from Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. There's Kachidoki written in Japanese, above it in English. The Toei subway, so this will help you remember. Should you come out here? I don't know. I think this is a great place to get a slice of everyday life in Tokyo, to see what the new lands are. This is on top of a landfill from the Meiji era 100 years ago, over 100 years ago. So it's kind of neat. There's a park right here. There's more bakeries, a lot of little historical shops, some good yakitori down here. And that high-rise building that you see right there is not that far away from the Olympic Village. So, yeah, if you're an Olympian watching, that's where you're going to be staying over there. You're going to need a bus because there's no subway station beyond this. This one was built in the year 2000, 2 years after I got here. I've been here that long. This is an elevator that comes up. It's a convenient station. It's undergone a renovation over the last couple of years because of the increasing population. There's now, I believe, 27 or 28,000 people living here, which is actually pretty significant considering this was like nothing, just a waste, barren land about 15, 20 years ago. None of these high-rise apartments existed at that time. Sadly, the iPhone Pro 11 Pro can't do super wide yet on the YouTube app, but if you did, you'd be able to get an amazing view of this area. And if you lived here, this is very nostalgic for you, I think, because a lot of expats live in this neighborhood. It's a little bit pricey, but companies and usually have a little bit of a budget to pay for it. We're walking to a brand new shopping mall that's just off of Kachidoki, and that could be another reason for you to come out here. This way, besides this taxi, if you go straight this way towards the sea, you will hit Toyosu and Toyosu Fish Market. So if you want to just stroll that way through this neighborhood, it's kind of neat because the bridge here is also pretty cool. You can just walk from Ginza straight through Kachidoki and get to Toyosu. It's a really nice 1 hour walk through urban Tokyo, and you get a feeling of what the new lands is like. So once again, this was, they started building it in the Meiji era and they completed it in the Taisho era. The years are kind of sketchy. It's hard to pinpoint when everything was completed, but it wasn't very long ago that down this way, these buildings did not exist. I think like 2 years ago, it was just warehouses. And if you keep going past those two really tall buildings, you'll get to just warehouses. And then you get to the point where you can look at Tokyo Bay. So I used to run, what am I saying used to? I still run this way sometimes. I'll go down to the end of the point and it's a nice 10, 15K run for me, but there's a Pizza Hut delivery truck. What's he carrying? What's the top speed on this thing? It's a really good suspension unit on this thing, huh? Do they deliver 30 minutes or less? Wonder. William Mark Triton, stay hydrated. Absolutely. We can go this way to get to the shopping mall, but I'm gonna take you around another way. This way. This way. Another exit for Kachidoki Station. But there's a famous udon shop, tsukemen shop that I'm gonna walk by with you. We're not gonna go in because we don't have permission to film and I'm not hungry at all. But I will show it to you. And if you do come to this neighborhood, I highly recommend that you make a pit stop here if you're looking for some tsukemen, which is ramen that you dip into the soup. They kind of separate it, and the soup is thicker and has usually really good pieces of chashu steak. And the noodles are a little bit thicker, like udon, but they're made of, I think they're a little bit different, but it's so good. The noodles are cold, which means that when you dip it into the hot soup, the flavors come out. I like that a lot. What is this? This looks like a little preschool unit or something with lockers outside. Never seen anything like that. What do they got in this vending machine here? Oh, look at that. They've set it up with a mugi cha and an iced tea. Mugi cha iced tea. It looks pretty cool. You get a little decorate. Whoa! Conan has its own drink. Conan white soda, that's called. Now, Conan is famous. There's a town in Tottori Prefecture with Conan, which is this detective. Conan O'Brien went down there, comedian. It's like, wow, we got the same name. Oh, I tried this before. Melon's cream soda. Rancid. We'll pick something up on the way. This is it, here. Tsujita. That sign right there says Tsukemen. You see that? And then this one says Tsujita. Tsujita, sumimasen. This says Tsujita. Tsujita is a very famous Tsukimen shop, and they have a vending machine that you can pick tickets out of, and we're gonna take a look at the menu. But this is really cool. To keep the kids safe, preschools will cart the kids, and like there's 7 or 8 kids in these carts. And it's really cute when you see a basket of kids being pushed by an adult. So I just want to show you really quickly. That's tsukimen. They separate the noodles with the soup. This is 1,100 yen, or about $10. And look at this chashu steak with hanjuku tamago and mushrooms. It's so good. It's very good. You don't have to, you can get it with everything together as a ramen for a little bit less, but it's so much better. And there are all the ingredients down there. Negi. You can get lime. I'm sorry, that's not lime, that's sudachi, which is a citrus fruit famous down in Shikoku and Kyushu. And it really brings out the little, it has a little bit of taste to it. I wouldn't say brings it out. And there's an ajitama, which is these beautiful hanjuku tamagos. I love it. Like the congealed egg inside of it. So you gotta stop for this. You just get the ticket, and then you can go inside and then have a bowl of really delicious tsukimen. Yeah. I'm really hungry. I'm like thinking about it. Yes, Canal is making dinner, and it's about 4:15. It's on the border. She'll kill me if I eat something. She totally will kill me if I eat something. Tsukimen is awesome. Kelvin Fu writes in. Nosh, Google probably better answer that than John. Absolutely. If you do have questions, you can try Google. Probably answers quicker than if I check out all the comments. Actually, Nosh made a suggestion, our moderator, that maybe we should have the power to be able to highlight some of the comments, because they do move pretty fast and I will miss them on the screen. I'm kind of looking left and right so I don't get hit by cars. So that would be a neat addition, possibly. So I think YouTube is always like fixing up the app. So when they do, we're gonna have unlocked some pretty cool features, I think, in the near future. Live streaming has changed so much over the last 2.5 years I've been doing this. The quality has increased from 480p to 720p. People still complain about that, but I'm sure we're gonna get HD soon as 5G rolls out, and there's lots of reasons why these aren't 1080p. One of them is if this starts as a 720p signal, and then if it starts at a 1080p signal and the signal drops a little bit, the quality drops so much. So it's better, it's safer that it's a 720p, which is still pretty good. Or 1440p, I know. Ozymandias, I totally understand. I wish this was in 4K, because these cameras can do 4K. But it's still a pretty picture. Still a pretty picture. All right, that's Kachidoki. This is the main walkway. Up here is where I'm gonna take you, is the Triton or Triton shopping mall straight ahead. And it's a really scenic place. We're gonna be there in about 15 minutes. So stay tuned. Here's a little park, and I'm gonna walk up here and then take a little look at some of the boats. Tokyo is very much like, I don't want to say Amsterdam, but there's a lot of canals here. And a lot of people forget about that history before everything used to be carried. Everything used to be carried by hand. Like porters would carry it across Nihonbashi like 150 years ago. But for really heavy loads, they would use the canals of Tokyo to get from one place to the other. And you still see some of that history. You'll see some of the old boats floating around. This is one of the small canals, and it's kind of was built in the Meiji era, but it's not really in use anymore, except as a parking lot for boats that carry people, or tugboats and things like that. Yeah, this playground, there's tons of these playgrounds too for kids, little places for communities to enjoy life. For those of our viewers in Saudi Arabia, we have, I've been meeting a couple of them lately too. We have camels, which is pretty unusual, but It's pretty cool considering this looks like a desert. No grass here. She move. Oh, this one oscillates just back and forth. There's no big spring like they have in some of the other ones. Why do you need a sandbox if it's all a big sandbox? Keep the sand in? I don't know. Oh, Canal, swing! We gotta come back here. We got to come back here. I like a good swing. Swings are not made just for kids. They should totally have more adult swings because it's like a couple of minutes where where you totally forget about everything else and you're just swinging back and forth like a amusement park ride. I like that. All right, we're walking over towards Triton right now. And then we're gonna cross this bridge. Somebody wrote in, why do I talk so much? And the answer is, this is a live stream, and if you're watching this in a playback, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but you have to understand something. Like, if I'm not talking and somebody joins a live stream where there's no voice, they don't really understand what's going on. So I have to kind of, keep explaining stuff. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to people in playback, but I think it still has a lot of value. It's so quiet in here. It's so quiet. We're doing it live, right? Look how quiet the neighborhood is. I love this. I'm gonna walk up this bridge and then we're gonna go around and I'm gonna show you the other bridge because I love bridges. I love trains. I love infrastructure. I love the personality in the buildings and architecture. I'm a very detailed person on city walks. I like boats. OCD Stegel, so right there. I love boats. Totally love boats. That's a given. I love the space boat. I should ride it. It's been a while. It's been a while. We do have a typhoon coming. And I hope that we've been able to recover a little bit more in the countryside because last night, if you check out my Instagram, I showed you what the Rugby World Cup did is we paused for a moment in silence to remember those that lost their lives and the damage that happened during the Rugby World Cup. So go check out that moment of silence, it really moved me that the entire stadium just stopped for a moment to remember because I mean, I don't want to say I survived that storm. It was pretty tough, but I could after seeing the videos, you understand what happened to a lot of people out in the countryside to see the flooding. All these natural disasters happen all over the world, but when it happens close to home, it's hard. It was nice in the Rugby World Cup last night, and we went with Dan from What's Inside. Me, Kanai, and Dan, and he was visiting for a day. Went to the Rugby World Cup. We got tickets, and that was an amazing experience. So check out on Instagram that moment of silence, and kind of was a really good thing. That there is the Triton Plaza, Triton Shopping Mall, which is brand new. I remember when I first came here, I'm like, what is this building doing here? It's a shopping mall. It's right on this little canal. It's so quiet between the buildings. And on the other side is this space-looking tunnel that we're gonna walk through next. Yeah, I'm taking you through this in like 2 minutes. Well, however long it takes to get there. And then we're gonna walk around to the Triton Plaza, Triton Shopping Mall, and I'll show you from there a little bit of the area. It's pretty cool. If you're watching this in playback, you're probably like gonna skip along to get straight to the tunnel. It's the space tunnel. Japan's awesome like that, right? It's like we've developed a city of the future in space. You could just dig up with this massive space shovel, take Tokyo, put a dome on it, just put it on the moon. We'd have a colony. Call it the first colony of the moon would be Tokyo. We'd have to first, have a vote on it. The Tokyoites would have to say yes to something like this. But think about the view, Earth rising. I can't imagine anybody from the city of Tokyo would be against moving to the moon. You'd have to get your family in on this too. I mean, they'd have to be Tokyo citizens before we get shoveled and launched, but I'm sure that'll happen in the near future. It's really quiet. can see lots of little alleyways with houses also in here. Some of them are really old. Tsukishima, which is another landfill area built off of Tsukuda, in the map, which you can see in the description, has a ton of houses, wooden houses called Nagaya, built during the Meiji era. When they first built the islands, people lived here, and a lot of them are still in existence here. They're massive fire hazards, so the city's knocking many of them down or refurbishing and making sure that they're not so much hazards anymore, which is hard to do. You can see some more Nagaya. Let's walk this a little bit. Just walk a little bit through here. Look at that old mailbox. Whoa, I thought that was a real cat. I thought that was a real cat. Benavale writes in, how about getting a nice dessert to share for after dinner? Maybe a citrus sorbet or lemon tart? I like that idea. I like what you're thinking. I'll see if I can find something at the shopping mall up here. But we're walking now through a little alley in Kachidoki. It's so quiet. And then there are even smaller alleys. Look, there's a place where bicycles are parked down there. It's a little bit spooky, isn't it? There's another alley. Afraid to go down there. But these buildings look like shacks, right? But I love them because they add so much personality. The rust on the metal, the wires. The electrical wires above, you can't put it underground because of earthquakes. So it gives it a lot of personality, but I love how residents will add nature into it. You'll see these trees jutting out into the path, and it gives it kind of this forest, strange urban forest look to it. I like that. There's another one that goes over to the main road. All right, we're gonna take a left here, and we're going towards the space tunnel. And you know, you add space to anything, it just makes it 10 times cooler. Tunnel. No. Space tunnel. Yeah. Here's another alley. These buildings could bite the dust. I just don't know. Some of them might not be here in a couple of years. But it's nice to, I don't know, capture them and put them in the record. They're now a part of the record of this channel series. It's a parking garage. Whoa, check this out. This is a walkway. This here looks like this is a parking garage that anybody can use. It's now full. Mancha. All right, let's walk through here. This is amazing. Look at this piece of broken wood. People live down here. This would be a nice place to live. Some more alleys. It's so quiet. I love the trees. I mean, if someone said, yeah, you're gonna live down in an alley, probably it doesn't seem such an attractive place, but when you have all of these trees and all the nature down here, look at that. It's not such a bad place to live. OCT Stig writes in, too many trees. What is that? Too many trees? How could you have too many trees? If you live in Shibuya, there's like one tree in front of the station and that's it. And I filmed that. It's a cherry blossom tree. There aren't too many trees in Shibuya. OCD Stig, that might be your neighborhood. That might be the place to go. We're gonna hang a left and go through Space Tunnel. I hope you're looking forward to this. Space Tunnel has been one of my favorite tunnels. I don't like a lot of tunnels. Usually they're dark and creepy and there's cars going by and there's very limited shoulder to, oh, hey, how you doing, menu? More Tsukemen. Kachidoki is like Tsukemen town. Don Don dip noodles. Tsukemen, I guess, is translated as dip noodles. It's a pretty good menu. So that place is by Space Tunnel. That is not the official name, just so if you're liking on the map, don't Google Space Tunnel. I made that up, just for you. Mike Chen loves Tsukemen. All right, here we are. It's the entrance to Space Tunnel. It says here, Triton Bridge, Triton Bridge, Triton Bridge is what it says up there. So Google that. Don't Google. Good luck writing it if you're not into Japanese. All right, let's look at this map real quick. Okay, cross this border here. Some rules to Triton Bridge. This is where we are. Just to go back real quickly. Here's Kachidoki Bridge, and we started from right here. And Ginza's just right here. Right? That's Higashi Ginza. It's just a straight walk across the bridge. Kachidoki Station, and then we went past the Tsukemen restaurant here, and we walked through here, through some of the wooded areas, and now we walked back to the main street, and now at Triton Bridge, or Triton Bridge, or Space Bridge, which sounds so much cooler. We're gonna walk across here to the plaza here. Very cool looking bridge. Ando1135 writes in here, am I the only one that looks up the kanji he walks by on Google Translate? Hi John, hope you're doing well. Doing very well, Ando. Yes, I think you might be one of the few who are actually searching it. Shall we enter Space Tunnel and go to another dimension? Space Tunnel also has a bad feature, possibly. We might not have signal in Space Tunnel. So I'm gonna get a nice view of the Space Tunnel from here. And then we're gonna walk, give this lady a little head start. And we could totally track her down. All right, let's enter Space Tunnel. Space Tunnel's got a walk-a-later. Whee! I'm not even walking. I'm not walking. This is the smoothest pan ever. Really, I'm not walking. Check it out. Does anyone not believe me? Do you not believe me? Look. Now we're looking back at Tsukishima, that direction. Gravity is pulling John. Is it bouncy? Actually, it is a little bouncy. There's a good bounce to it. It's soft, and it kind of feels like a massage under my legs as we go over the rollers too. There's advantages sometimes to not walking. Hey, Sissel. Hi, John. I can't wait. Just under 2 weeks and I'll be in Japan. I know. This is like an appetizer for you, Cecil. It's going to be pretty amazing. And as we get closer to November, the middle of November, the leaves are going to start to change. And it's just going to be like a fireworks show. It starts up in Hokkaido and Tohoku, and it's so pretty coming down here. Believe it or not, this is sort of a high season for domestic travel. Although a lot of tourists come in the summer, in the spring for cherry blossoms. Fall is one of the biggest times to travel in Japan too. It's the last chance to really be outside before the long winter. I say long, it's not even close to what Canada has, but it's still pretty long. Winter, that doesn't mean a winter stinks. The onsen or hot springs are awesome. We have now crossed Space Tunnel. Welcome to another dimension. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, heavy metal transition did not work. Dun, 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 dun. Triton Square. Let's see what we got here. So you can see the man-made island. This is right here, Tsukuda. This area right here is the original rock. This island has existed for thousands of years, okay, in the middle of the Sumida River, which is right here. All this is man-made. This is man-made. And this was a landfill until the Meiji and Taisho era when they started to build this. Taisho era means this finished around 1925, and it was warehouses, and now it's a lot of homes and shopping malls. There's Kachidoki Station. You can see it turns right there. It's a good little orientation. We're gonna walk along the river here. I don't know if I call this a river. This is more like a canal. I parked my bicycle on the other side there before we started. It's called Sakura no Sampo Michi. Sampo means this kanji right here, these two. Sampo means a walk or a stroll. And then Michi is a road. So like a sampo, like walking route. It's called Sakura no walking route. Sakura no Sampo Michi. It's a little kanji for you. I'll ask Kanai sometime, Sampo iko? Okay, let's go for a walk. And then we'll go for a walk around the neighborhood. Sampo ni iko. Hai, sampo ikaimashou. Saying hi from Kumamoto, first time watching one of your live videos while in Japan myself, Todd. Welcome to Japan, Todd. Cool, I'm going to Mount Fuji and staying in Shinjuku, Adam writes in. Very cool. This is the bridge that we could have gone over, but we decided to walk through Space Bridge, and I think we're better for it. All right, we can go inside the shopping mall. Should I do that? I'm kind of thinking. Let's walk right inside a little bit and just take a look at some of the shops in here. This is Harumi Dori. Harumi Dori is the one that leads towards Toyosu. Harumi Dori. Dori means street. Dori. Happy Halloween. I'm starting to feel it because they put a skeleton and a cat in the window. It's creepy. It's cute, creepy. All right, welcome to Triton Square, where everything flickers because of the frequency here. It's hard to turn it down. So we got some steak. That looks like American steak. Oh, that's just too blinky. It's too blinky. So I don't want to film too much in here because you should have permission to film, but we're gonna walk through here to get to second floor is the Hall Fashion ATM. So let's see if we can get to the second floor. We also have walk-a-lators here in the Philippines. It's not new here, John. We got walk-a-lators in Japan. I'm not saying walk-a-lators are new. I'm just saying walk-a-lators are cool. There's a difference. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. What? I can't go upstairs. You think that little gate's gonna stop us? It will. All right. So there's a beautiful little oasis here. We can't really get around. So why don't I see if I can sneak in through the shopping mall really quickly and take you to the other side real quickly. All right, let's do this. I like to say that, you know, like I go like this, like I'm using Jedi powers at automatic doors. You can go like this. These aren't the droids you're looking for. and the door will open. Just kind of shows you some of the powers of I have. It's a pretty neat little shopping mall. There's lots of restaurants on the 3rd floor and a food court on the 1st floor. I think we'll be able to see the food court. That was nice. It's very nice. It's powerful. Benches. I could see a date happening here. What do you think? Oh, look at the little restaurant, outside restaurant around the trees there. Brick. There's some chairs, tables. Check this out, a beautiful red bridge over a purple tiled waterfall. Wow! Isn't it romantic? We've got the canals over here. Some more chairs. I can pick any table that I want. What? Nobody here. There's like a brick sofa. How cool is that? I've never seen anything like that. It's not as comfortable as a sofa. It looks like a sofa. It's a Lexus shop. And then what a view. Looking back at the streets that we came across. And this here, ladies and gentlemen, is kind of where the thumbnail of this video represents. This is the Kachidoki neighborhood right here in front of you. And it's really pretty cool. I mean, it's not going to be better than Shibuya and Shinjuku and these kinds of places, but if you want a really diverse view of Tokyo, you cannot dismiss this island, this area. Tsukishima, Tsukuda, and Kachidoki. And that's all on that side. And you can see the canals and the pretty bridges across it. And how quiet it is here. Even despite me talking all the time, because it's a live stream. It's pretty quiet here. And people live here. And there's a reason why. It's a very peaceful place to bring your dog for a walk, stroll with your wife, have lunch, then stroll back. If you'd like to see the food court, we need to get to 400 likes. This is so weak, guys. 206 likes. Oh my, I gotta remind you every time. I'm talking straight to you through this camera phone to you. It's a little bit of love. It's like I see the numbers. I see it. We're live. I see it. I'm walking down now towards the food court, and then maybe I'll give you a glimpse inside before they probably have security cameras on me. The guy walking around with the camera. It does look really nice. This is just a pipe that goes across. They made a little bridge for that. They made it look like a little train bridge, which is pretty cool. It'd be funny if dogs could cross it, but humans couldn't. I'd love something like that. Like a dog bridge. Thank you, Donald Marshall writes in, me likes all your videos. Donald, me likes your comment. Christine liked the like. It's a double like. That means you canceled your like, Christine. Just saying. All right, everybody, this here is the 1st floor. And they had a bakery here and it went out of business, and maybe it's back. If it's back, that'd be pretty cool. Because I'm always looking for new good bakeries to try in all of the neighborhoods around Chuoku. This is Chuo Ward. Tokyo has 23 wards. Chuo is the one right in the center. Chuo in itself means center. It looks like the bakery's back. I guess it was under renovation before. Right there. But at this time of day, there's not that many items left. We're 100 likes short of a food court tour. Oh Oh my. What do you think of this purple? I don't know. It's kind of the opposite of subtle, mind-blowing. I don't know. Oh, there's a Yoshinoya in there. And we can't go in because we don't have enough likes. Oh, that's awful. It's awful. Flamboyant. Dingle got it. Flamboyant is correct. All right, guys. I got about 10 minutes left in this live stream. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to answer some of your questions about Japan. Kanai and I have some trips that are coming up. That's nice. So Kanai and I have some trips that are coming up. We are planning to do more content together. The last episode was Hello Kitty in Awaji Island, and we'd love to take you all around different areas of Japan in the live streams and on the main channel. The main channel is pretty special because we have a very good formula, which means a lot of editing, a really good story. So the frequency is not as much, but these live streams kind of fill in the blank for those that are fans of the show. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other ideas that I have. So we're gonna try to schedule these live streams more to give you behind the scenes looks at restaurants and locations, and try to get permission to take you like I would with the main channel, but to do it with the live streams. So I think that's gonna be pretty neat, and that's gonna start to take place around the end of this month, and in November we might do several live streams where I've kind of organized with like a museum or something to take you on a dedicated tour. And I think that's the power of the live stream. You get to be there with me and answer questions and see it. And when you see it live without the cuts, it's different. That's what I like about this format. Are e-scooters allowed in Japan? I don't know. I think I had this discussion with somebody. I think it was Simon or Martina just a couple of days ago. The e-scooters are getting all over the urban centers of the world, but people just kind of drop them in awful places and litter the streets with them. I don't know if we're gonna get them because it just looks bad. Tokyo already has a bicycle problem, but it's not really a problem because people will park their bicycles very responsibly, or they're not allowed to park them here. They'll park them in dedicated areas. You see a couple of bicycles over there. It's usually short-term parking, like very short-term before the ticket man comes. But I'm sure that they're going to come up with some solution with battery-powered. They already have battery-powered bikes that you can rent. The process to get those bikes is not so simple, but Docomo, the mobile phone company, is the one that's in charge of that right now. And it's pretty cool. You can pick up a bike from a zone and then drop it off at another zone, and you don't have to ride it back to the place of origin. So it gives tourists a really good chance to see the city by bicycle. But bicycle can be a little bit dangerous because it's not a very well set up city for bicycling. Although just recently, I showed you in the beginning of this live stream, there were bike paths on the sides of the road. Bicycles legally are not allowed to ride on the sidewalks. This is an important point. Even though a lot of people do it, legally you're not supposed to. That's why the city has marked on the sides of the highways, sides of the roads, a bike path, but there's always cars. Same problem in New York City. I love your channel and Japan. Mohammed, thank you. Please dump a scooter in the US too. Yeah, people just do that. They leave it there and they don't park it right. And I don't know. I think they'll eventually get it, but they'll have a better plan than everybody else. That's Tokyo, right? They'll plan it. Yeah, the main channel's without Go. Awesome, John. Cool. Cherry blossom cycling is beautiful. To go through a cherry blossom tunnel with a bicycle is amazing. And this has very young cherry blossoms because it's new. But if you go out to the countryside, guys, it's amazing. Places where there are no tourists at all, you can find these kinds of areas with a little bit of Google research. Stay away from the cities on your second trip, and you have to have a second trip. My favorite color changes on my mood, Steven. All right? Sometimes it's blue, but I don't like Michigan blue because we don't like Michigan from Ohio State, so I'm not a big blue lover. But I will tell you this. I do like blue from time to time, like this color blue. It's nice. Green, because it's like trees. I love trees. I like the blue of the ocean, the sea blue, and blue of blue ramen was pretty neat. I like neon. Neon's a pretty cool color, Sudaru. Why are you asking me about this? This has nothing to do with Japan. Come on, guys. Stay on target. Stay on target, Luke. Countryside, absolutely agree. We're so far from the like threshold, guys. This is ridiculous. Do you know much about 3D animation? I do a little bit. There was a company that I interviewed. Was it called Live? 3D Live or something? Live. It was one of the first videos that I did back in 2013 when I launched the channel. Not too much. Ogasawara Blue is awesome. It really is. These questions are like, what's my favorite color? What's my favorite food? What's my favorite number? Daikanyama, that's a great, Black Tengu, excellent suggestion. Daikanyama would be an amazing live stream for a neighborhood walk. I've done too many of these recently. That's not a bad thing, but I'm gonna see if I can find some more diversity with the live streams other than just the walks. Kevin's doing great. Thanks for asking about him. I'm gonna try to meet him in the beginning of November. I'm gonna make a trip down to Osaka, I believe, and get a chance to hang out with Kevin. It's been a long time. But we talk on the phone like once every couple of weeks just to catch up. Kevin's doing good. He has a new job. He's keeping busy. Kevin's Kevin, you know. He's the king of Osaka. So I imagine we gotta go catch up with Kevin for sure. Kevin Riley. Kuma's Kitchen is his channel. If you haven't checked it out, he cooks some of the best looking food on YouTube. And it's the most underrated channel because he should have like 15,000 or 100,000 subscribers. He's got like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers, so totally underwatched his show, but he just keeps at it. The thing that I love about Kevin is he's always so positive and so like helping, and he's like one of the best friends you could possibly have ever. He's just positive and he's always there for you, and I want to try to be that same kind of friend for him, you know? Love Kevin. John needs more food. I know! I'm just tired of doing food runs in Tokyo. I gotta do them in different cities. We did it in Kobe. I tried to do it in Hiroshima, but the city was dead by 10 p.m. because it was a Sunday night. I did one in, where else did I do it? I should do some in Osaka with Kevin, some midnight snack runs. We'll add some diversity in the next couple of months, I think. Will John go on Kevin's channel? Absolutely, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Kuma's Kitchen. Do you know any good talent agency jobs? No, I don't like talent agencies. I try to avoid them, and the ones that I did belong to, I asked them to take me off. I like to go directly to people. I'm not into the talent agencies. Talent agencies here is like a different structure. I don't know. There's good ones and bad ones. I can't recommend one over another one. But it just depends on what you want to do. I'm not in any talent agencies. Why not try something new for Thanksgiving? That's a good idea. I always wanted to go to the U.S. Embassy or hang out with a bunch of Americans for Thanksgiving or go to the base. If you are watching this and you're at like Yokosuka or at the Air Force Base, hit me up because I'd love to do a live stream on base. Not like indoors with you and celebrate Thanksgiving, because that'd be really good, because Thanksgiving's a time when you're supposed to be with family, and I'll be here with Kanai, who is my family, but it's a little bit different than being back in the United States for Americans. My plan for the Olympics is to live stream a lot and try to bring you some stories on the main channel that are very specific to certain things surrounding the Olympics, not just the athletes, but what's happening here and why. So I've got a pretty good, solid plan for the Olympics already, and over the next 6 months, I will tweak that and try to get permission to get more behind-the-scenes stuff to bring you some of the stories. Before and leading up to the Olympics is going to be big, all right? And sponsors out there and brands, contact me. onlyinjapango@gmail.com, and we will work. Let's talk. So we got some good stuff coming. I know! I want to see Kanai dance. This is from Aldrich. Aldrich writes in, will we see Kanai dance anytime soon? I would totally love to. I want her to dance for us at the same point she did a year and a half ago. She's so talented, and we want to feature some of her beautiful dance moves if we can. Because she needs some She needs some attention on her skills, not just being a YouTuber because she's getting better at that, but being a dancer because that's what she does. Hey, Olympic Committee, you should hire Kanai to dance for you in the center of the Olympic Stadium at opening ceremony. She'd totally kill it too because she's been on stage with thousands of people watching. I don't know about millions, but I totally bet she could do it. My bicycle's over there. How am I gonna get over there? I left my bicycle on the other side. All right, let's go. All right, we got 350. Come on, we got 350 likes. It's a good effort. It's a good effort, but the food court looked dead. There's like nobody in the food court, so we're gonna walk over to this other bridge. Back to my bicycle. I did look at this place before I bought my bicycle, but they have very expensive like giant and Trek bikes, and I don't think I wanted one of those because it just was too much. So we got Bridgestone, but some of these bikes look pretty cool. These are called city bikes. The ones that are popular in Japan, we call them mamachari, but they're really city bikes taken after the Dutch mold of urban bicycling. So the bar is lower. That's just a little bit of research. It could be wrong. I'm telling you, I believe it to be true. I believe it to be true. This bicycle, for instance, you see it has a low bar. That's neither meant for male or female, but that's just an easy off of the basket in the front. I'm pretty sure it comes from the Dutch style. The Dutch style of bicycling in the city. It's not always good to have a high bar. There you go. Right here is a point where you can get the rental bicycles right in front of us. It's pretty cool that we get a chance to look at this. I guess you can put your Suica card here and touch it and enter in a code, a reservation code or something. You can reserve it online. There's even directions on the back of it. But I might do in the future a live stream on how to do that. The bicycles are all kind of powered up. Yeah, you have to have some a smartphone reservation for them and enter in a number that you've paid for. It seemed a little complicated to me. So I never really did a video on it because I don't know if they're ready for prime time. Sun is going down pretty fast. And we're now looping around Kachidoki. I do love this shopping mall. It's small and it's not very crowded. And they have a lot of brands and stuff. I'm not really too big into shopping, but I do like walking around this neighborhood. Lots of trees. It's quiet. It's different than the rest of Tokyo, and that's what makes it pretty special. Every neighborhood has its own uniqueness, I think, in Tokyo. The ones along the Tokyo Bay are really nice. I think that's Kanai's high school right there, straight ahead. Yeah, I think that's Kanai's high school. You can see Space Bridge in the distance. The lights are starting to go on. It means we've entered the evening. This is a unique time to live stream as well. Usually it's in the morning, in the evening. The fact that Nosh abroad is watching means that he's past his bedtime. Thanks, Nosh. iPhone 11 Pro zoom pretty good with the low light, but I'm trying to pinch in to go super wide, and it won't allow me to do that. But I can zoom in. Some people don't like that, so I try not to do it as much. But if it's a part of the story, you're gonna see me pinch zoom sometimes show you part of the story. All right, are you guys coming with me to my bicycle? Right? See if I can get a drink at a vending machine for you. Didn't buy anything on this. Whoa! Kegs of beer. All right, look at this. Didn't see the sign from the other side. Japan Wine and Koyori Wine Bar. Very nice. It's a little wine bar here. It's just starting to open. Apparently they drink a lot in there. What do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna get on my bike and ride home, and I'm gonna pick up something for Kanai. So thanks so much, everybody. There's a bicycle path. You can see you're supposed to stay off of the sidewalks. I'm gonna pick up something. So I appreciate the super chats very much, and Kanai really appreciates the love that you guys give her to buy her stuff. So really appreciate it. I don't have permission to film by going in there. This is just a walking tour to give you an idea. But I encourage you to come to this neighborhood and do it yourself, because would be really the purpose of this live stream. So you feel comfortable to do that. There's where the shopping mall was. So quiet around here. Where did I leave my bicycle? Hold on a second. Where did I leave my bicycle? All right, some inside information. I don't know if I should be telling you this. I'm gonna tell you anyways. All these vending machines actually are address markers. Do you see this vending machine here? This is inside information. Do not tell anybody. All of you do not tell anybody this information. I don't want YouTubers to start making videos on this. You can see the address right here, and you can, if you have an emergency, go to a vending machine and you can tell them this phone number. Or sorry, is this the address? This isn't the address, but there's a place on these vending machines where the address is written, and you're supposed to be able to go up to a vending machine and get the address. I don't see it. That stinks. All right, you can tell people the secret now because I might be wrong. I don't see where the address is. Is that it right there? You can tell the people the number or something, and the address is supposed to be on it of the location. So then you know where you are. But this one says here, Shinkiba, and that's not it. Huh. It's above the phone number. It said Shinkiba, and this is Chuoku. It's a different place. It's strange. It should say Chuoku Tsukishima on it, and it does not. It's bizarre. It's the name of the company that leases them. Very bizarre. I do want to do an episode on these. Do you see that? That's pretty cool. These Japanese parking garages. Sorry, not parking garages, but parking. It's like, how do you get your car down, right? How'd you get your car up? It's pretty unique. Could be a skyline. I know, I'm looking for my bicycle. Oh, okay, I know where we are. All right, I know where we are. My bicycle's over there. Whew. I was getting worried. I totally should have put it right there behind me. I thought I was gonna come across that bridge, and I forgot, and I took that bridge instead. Oh well. We still didn't get to 400 likes. It's all right. Just having fun. I'm not walking home, Vaughn. Speaking of which, we're gonna try to get you some of those, our Tim Tam imitators here from Japan. I wanna see what you think of that. You can't find them in Australia, but you can find them here. Hey, baby. How you doing? Good. Very good. Good. Sweet ride. All right. So there she is. And this is a perfect place to end the live stream. Thanks, everybody. What a beautiful scene. This is not exactly what you... Oh! Canal dinner. No, ducks. Hey, guys. Ah. Cute. A little bit of nature here. There you go. This is a scene of Kachidoki. This is what I think of when I think of Kachidoki. And next year, you're going to be thinking about Kachidoki when you hear Olympic Village. So keep that in mind. This is where the Olympians will be staying. You Olympians will be at the Triton space tower, space tunnel, walking there. I wonder if any athletes are watching this. So there you go. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you are in the world. I appreciate it. Click that subscribe button if you like these live streams. Make sure your notifications are on always. And support us on Discord, which is where we get notifications, as well as Instagram. And definitely about the first place I go for notifications is Patreon, because I love our supporters on Patreon. Have a good night, and see you in the next live stream, maybe tomorrow. Bye, guys. From Kachidoki, Tokyo. 2 syllables.